In our fourth example, it says Travis jumped off a diving board 20 meters high with a velocity of 2 meters per second squared. We're talking about meters. So we're going to use negative 4.9. Our velocity is 2, and our y-intercept is 20. The y-intercept is where we start before we jump off the diving board, so we're 20 feet up. Our vertex is our maximum height over so many seconds, and our positive root is going to tell us when we hit the water, how many seconds it takes to hit the water. The initial height is 12 meters. So again, 12 meters. What is his maximum height? We're going to need to do negative b over 2a. So my x value, my vertex, negative b over 2 times a. Gives us about 0.2. Okay, so in 0.2 seconds, he reaches his maximum height. So the height is, we're going to plug in 0.2 for my time. And now let's use our calculator. Let's calculate this out. And we get roughly 12.2 meters. So you can see that he started out at 12 and he really didn't jump too awful high, 0.2 meters more to reach that maximum height. How high will Travis be in 2 seconds? So we want to know when time is 2, how high is Travis? And we get negative 0.3 seconds. So we get negative 3.6 meters. So that means that he has already hit the water, and so he's below the water. So it's going to take less than 2 seconds for Travis to hit the water. We've already it says how many seconds will it take Travis to reach his maximum height? We got that when we had to find the x part of our vertex. So that is 0.2 seconds. How many seconds will it take to hit the water? So we want to know when our height is 0, how many seconds it's going to take. So we're going to use the quadratic formula. Negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. So we're going to square 2 and now determine our operation. We have a negative times a negative, that's plus. And now we're going to multiply 4 times 4.9 times 12. That gives us 235.2 over negative 9.8. When I add those together, and I'm going to have 2 equations. So that's one equation, and then I'll have a second one. One of these is going to give us a negative, which will be irrelevant. So I'm going to say negative 2 minus the square root of 239.2 divided by negative 9.8 Yep, this gives us the positive. I'm going to round. It says 1.782254, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to say 1.8. So about 1.8. So it takes 1.8 seconds for Travis to hit the water. This route is irrelevant. Again, when we're asking how high will Travis be in 2 seconds, he will be under the water. He will not be above the water because this point is 1.8 seconds. So in 1.8 seconds, he is 0 feet in the air.